Alright, it's late. It's 10:15 here, and I figured I would just create a short video about how you just changing the first 2 to 3 minutes of your VSL can change the whole entire perception of your VSL. So if you have a VSL that has been uh, declining, like it has been a killer VSL, it's probably worked for months or maybe even a year, but the steam is slowly starting to cut off or uh, start to weave out of it. Then I'm going to show you how you can revive it by just rewriting the first 2 to 3 minutes. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. So what we're going to talk about today is the lead of your VSL. Your VSL is has three categories or three sections of the entire video. There's the lead, there's the body, and there's the pitch slash closing. And the most important um, element of your VSL is really the lead, because that is the first few seconds of, or the first few minutes of your entire VSL, and it will set the tone for the rest of that video. It's kind of just like basic human interactions. Like the first few seconds that you speak with another human will also set the way that you perceive that other human being. Like they might be one person, but you saw them and got this first impression, and for now and forever you will only see them as this person. It's the same with the VSL. And there's a loophole then, because what most people they tend to do whenever they have a VSL that has been working but starting to spiral down is that they want to create a whole new campaign, write a whole new VSL, but that is typically not the way to do things. The way to do it is to just rewrite the first 2 to 3 minutes, because you've already battle tested the body, where you are handling people's objections and creating this chain of beliefs, like the beliefs that they need to believe in order for this sale to uh, make sense for them. And then you've already battle tested the close and the pitch, like for each stack that you're going to go through, and you know the offer works. But people miss this novelty in their in this VSL, and that's where this news effect this starts to wear off. So that's why it's such an important thing that you have all this battle tested material, that you just switch out the first 2 to 3 minutes instead of trying to build a whole new VSL. So I figured it would be important for you to know why or how, like which elements do you need in your lead in order for it to perform. And from then you can just go on new angles. You can switch up the visuals, you can switch up the verbals. So what you show in your VSL or that lead, or what you like the angle, the approach you have in that lead, and this will be a topic for another video. But basically what you need in your lead in order for it to really perform is that you need to establish credibility. You need to hook in the right customers. We have the right people that's going through this whole sales process, and they feel like this offer that you're offering people makes sense for them. That is the whole entire thing for the lead. You need to set up the scene for the VSL, and you need to pick out the right customer, talk into their specific pains and desires, and then you need to expand on this big idea that this thing is all about. And that's like, if you already have made a lead that's wrapped around this big idea throughout the VSL as well, you can try to look at it on a different approach. You can try to speak into different specific pains, because what you'll typically do is just focus on one pain and go really specific. But these people more likely have other pains that you can go in way more detail with in another lead. Another thing that you can do is change up the visuals. You can have another setting, another format, or you can do a demonstration or show proof in a way that's unquestionable by using the visuals. That's kind of the ways that you can switch up your VSL. But again, what you need, or your lead, but what you need in order to create a great lead, first you need to hook in the right prospect. Then you need to set the scene for the entire VSL. So what are people getting out of this VSL? Then you want to expand on the big idea, the thing that this whole VSL wraps around. And then you want to establish credibility. Like, why should they listen to you? Like, what kind of proof points do you have? And things that's proven that you can talk, or that you are a relevant candidate to talk about this topic. It could be the results, it could be a study that's been run, it could be your testimonials, it could be anything. But if you can just establish that credibility that makes people lean in and think, I need to listen to this guy because he has an advantage in this thing that he's talking about. And again, setting the scene. If you can set the scene properly, and create this open loop, like people are excited and they want to watch throughout the whole thing, um, that's where you've got people. And if you have a compelling big idea as well, that makes people like something that's bigger than themselves, it's like it makes them lean in, it makes them curious, and it has this wow effect to it. And the more, again, you can zero in on the prospect and really be specific with the problems, the desires, and show specific scenarios in your lead, that's when it's a game changer. And again, you can do this verbally, you can do this visually. So change whenever you are creating your new VS or your new lead, try to change one of the things. The verbals, this is typically the angle, the problems, the things that you're talking into, or the visuals, the way you demonstrate things, the way you show instead of telling, the way that you um, like show unquestionable proof and all these things right here. That's such an important thing, because the mind is far more sensitive to the visual things than it is to the verbal things. So here you have a really big advantage if you focus on the visuals things, and that could really make this more novel and make this have this new factor, because that's basically the goal. You have run the VSL that has just been crushing it. So how do we take the same approach? You know that's been working, but it's starting to like fade away or go down on this curve, but still keep the core thing, like the main thing. And that's like visuals is a great thing, and looking at things on a different angle is also a great thing. So see what's working, but try to see how you can do different approaches here. And again, I will promise you, if you just change your first 2 to 3 minutes of your video, that being said, your lead, it will change your whole entire VSL, because you have already tested and proven this works. There's no need to go out and deliver and develop the new wheel. Like that's not necessary, because then you have to go out and test, like, which objections do I need to handle here, and how do I follow through with the pitch. Like this is just noise that excuse me for a sec, that's just noise that you don't need to deal with. So I just forgot, and I didn't turn on my mic, but you guys can bear with me. So the more you can let it lean up at the old VSL, but still make this new thing. And again, this is all about setting the tone and setting the scene for the VSL, because when it's new and novel, the first 2 to 3 minutes, it will set the entire tone and make the other thing that's like you've run before and just feels normal. It will just make it seem new, just as a new first impression with another human that you have never like interacted with before. If you see them in a new way, on another way, they normally not acting like that will set the tone for your guys' relationships throughout the whole way that you're interacting with each other. So right now I'm going on a ramble, so I want to finish this up. I hope you guys got some value for this, on how you can basically change your whole entire VSL if it has crushed and is starting to like the steam is starting to go off it. Like, this is how you revive that old VSL that you know has been proven but just starting to dip down a bit. So that's how you easily just revive it, give it a facelift, and start crushing the market once again. So that being said, Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because I will post more content like this. So take care, peace, bye.